Imagine for a second if you were on RuneScape at Port Sarum 2004. Would you ever think that there was going to be a brand new skill installed to the game over 20 years from now that would revolve around sailing the oceans of Gillinor, looking for pirates, fighting sea monsters? You would probably say, come on, what drugs are you on, right? Happy Tuesday. Hopefully everyone is having a great and last day before sailing. The game is going to change forever. And if you're wondering what you're looking at, this is 2004 Scape. It is a private server, but it is also very fun to play, not to mention it brings back a lot of nostalgic memories. And well, if you go ahead and walk around Port Sarum, you're going to see that there's really nothing that resembles anything whatsoever of like a indication that there's gonna be an actual skill where you're gonna be running or driving around or sailing around in some boats. Not to mention if you were on during 2008, there was a lot of drama. Oh yes, it was very fun. There was so much drama. This image should be no shock to a lot of you all that remember it. If you do not remember this image or have never seen it, so in 2008, the actual year 2008, yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that's like 17 years ago. 2008, there was a lot of rumor and a lot of talk about a new skill on RuneScape. And there was a lot of meme makers. Back during that time frame, social media really did not kick off. I mean, yes, we had YouTube. NightmareRH actually had a NightmareRH MySpace, believe it or not. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy. And this was before pretty much Twitter, before like Facebook, like pages, before Snapchat, TikTok, of course. I mean, it was just the Wild West on YouTube. If you wanted to go ahead and spread a rumor like wildfire, it was very easy. And I'm not really sure where the source of this came from, but this image drove people bananas. And Jagex actually ended up releasing a statement saying, hey, we're like not going to be doing anything. And that just like sparked a bunch of conspiracy theories. It sparked a lot of drama, and it was just absolutely hilarious. It is even more hilarious that, what are we at now? 2008, 17 years later, we're actually getting sailing as a skill. So I don't know, if you were a tinfoil hat wearer back in 2008, were you wrong? Probably not. I mean, we're getting sailing. Oh, man. Full disclosure, hate me all you want if you need to. I actually did vote for sailing a couple years ago when the old school RuneScape team pretty much polled us and wanted to know if we wanted, don't quote me on this. One of them was sailing, the other was shamanism. I believe one was necromancy. Was it necromancy? I'm not entirely sure. I feel like a horse's bum. But we had the option to vote between multiple skills, and sailing pretty much emerged. But yes, today is the last day before the new skill is going to come out, and the game is forever going to change. Is it going to change for the worse, the better? Is it going to be even greater than it already is? I love this game so it's my favorite video game. I feel kind of like an ultra nerd saying that, but it is reality that this game, I love it. I can definitely look at it all day long. To be honest, sometimes it's actually more attractive than a nice, gigantic set of honkers. Oh boy. But anyways, yeah, we're going to be getting some boats tomorrow as big honkers. The only thing that really scares me, and I've been actually uploading a lot of content on my NightmareRH on RS channel, started uploading random stuff on there. The only thing that really worries me is primarily how much, like, in-depth these quests are going to be. Because I actually have done a lot of these. I totally forgot. And I actually have all 99s but Slayer. And my Slayer level is 89. So I think my skills are very well set. And of course, tomorrow, for anyone that's going to lose your max cape, suck it up. I've lost my max cape on RuneScape 3 like 4 or 5 times now. You just gotta play the game, man, or sister. I see a lot of people on social media saying goodbye to their max cape. Okay, your max cape is gonna go bye-bye for what? Like maybe a couple months? Maybe a couple weeks for some of you non-stop, like, RuneScapians out there? Regardless, I have good faith that if you lose your max cape, it's going to come back to you, so don't worry. I have to continue to chase my max cape on old school RuneScape. But what I'm hoping for, actually, I'll get to that momentarily. Going back to this, yes, I have all these I have all these skills pretty much down in the bag. The only skill, like I said, that is not 99 is Slayer, but 78 is, I believe, like the requirement or maybe the recommended level. So that puts my Slayer pretty much in a good spot. As for the quests, I have not done Song of the Elves. I gotta finish doing Morning's End Part 2. So that's 2 quests right there. I have not done, I believe, the Corsair Curse. So that's 3. Otherwise, that's pretty much about it. So I'm in a good spot, but at the same time, I'm not really, because Song of the Elves is a kick in the nuts. I ended up live streaming many years ago, Monkey Madness 2, Dragon Slayer 2. I felt like my head was being split into 2. It took me about 4 to 5 hours of non-stop questing. It was really difficult. Of course, back then, there was no RuneLite. Thank you, RuneLite and Quest Helper. But I'm probably gonna entertain a lot of you all on my live streaming Twitch account by probably losing my mind and pulling out what is left of my hair by doing Song of the Elves. So it should be a good time. Now, what am I hoping for, and pretty much getting to the end of this little short little pithy video, what am I hoping for is that I would really love myself to fall in love with sailing. Why? Why, Nightmare? Why would you like that? Because I am losing feeling in my finger doing agility. Agility is not going very well. I'd honestly rather take a kick in the nuts, like, physically, than really do a lot more of that skill. I don't enjoy running around in a circle. I mean, maybe if I had, like, a terribly amount of drugs in my system, but then again, I don't drink anymore. So therefore, I mean, maybe if I had some beers, agility would seem more interesting, but I'm on a very good sobriety run. Next week is actually my 1-year anniversary. Man. Going without a hangover for 1 year, it's actually pretty much a life changer. And by all means, I'm not pushing that anyone stops drinking alcohol. I still go to bars with my boys, except bartenders utterly hate me now because I rack up a $15 to $20 bar tab of, like, a burger patty and also some coffee, and I'm not buying shots anymore or doing shots, and I'm not racking up $150 or $200 bar tab. Yeah, I know, it is what it is. But regardless, agility is not going so well. Slayer, I got bored doing Slayer. I know that really seems like hard to imagine. Rune crafting, I don't want to train that crap. Let me just go ahead and say that. So what I'm really hoping for is that I fall in love with this skill, that I can just go ahead and get it to 99 and really keep myself preoccupied before I have to abuse my index finger. Yes, I am causing self-abuse on my finger. Is that a behavioral health issue? If you go ahead and self-abuse yourself by literally clicking a mouse like dozens and dozens of times to run around a circle on this game, I think that kind of counts as a problem, right? But overall, I mean, I honestly really feel optimistic from all the live streams that I've seen on the old school RuneScape team, from all the blogs that I've been reading, from watching the beta, it really looks very fun and interesting. I don't really see any downside to it. I think this is very well prepped, unlike a lot of other skills that have been dropped into this game. We can spend a lot of time talking about RuneScape 3 crapola, but there were a lot of skills that was just, you know, just plopped right in front of the player base, and the player base said, like, what the fuck is this? That's pretty much what, like, the player base said. I really feel that a lot of time, a lot of planning went into this, and I'm really hoping for the best. If I'm wrong, well, I guess shit, man, back to agility. Oh, that's gonna suck. Alright, so to wrap everything up, tomorrow I'm gonna be relatively busy during the daytime. I have dedicated evening time for streaming. Probably going to be on Twitch a little after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of you people in different time zones, like in the UK, sorry, it might be your bedtime. But I'm going to get back to a lot of live streaming as well, too. If you want more of NightmareRH, definitely check out my book on Amazon. It is not a sailing or RuneScape novel. It is a zombie horror novel, Vito. It's definitely worth a read if you do enjoy zombie type stuff. That link is down in the description of the video. Otherwise, I love you all. Let me know in some comments if you're optimistic too, or if you think the game is gonna take a doozy. Later.